Have you ever looked at a map of the Middle East and thought, wait, why do all these flags look almost the same? Red, white, black, green, horizontal stripes, maybe a triangle on the side, maybe a star or some Arabic script. From Egypt to Iraq, from Jordan to Yemen, the similarities are striking. At first glance, you might think someone copied someone else's homework. But this isn't a coincidence. It's not laziness, and it's not a lack of creativity. It's history, revolutionary history. Today, we're diving into the story behind the flags of Egypt, Iraq, Jordan, Kuwait, Palestine, Sudan, Syria, the UAE, and Yemen, and why they all look like members of the same political family. To understand why these flags look so similar, we have to go back over 100 years, to a time when most of the Arab world wasn't independent at all. For centuries, much of the Middle East and North Africa was ruled by the Ottoman Empire. By the early 20th century, Arab leaders and intellectuals were increasingly frustrated with Ottoman control. They wanted autonomy, some wanted full independence. And during World War I, an opportunity emerged. In 1916, Sharif Hussein of Mecca launched what became known as the Arab Revolt against the Ottomans. Backed by the British, Arab forces fought to create a unified Arab state stretching across much of the Middle East. And with that revolt came a flag. The flag of the Arab Revolt featured 4 colors: black, white, green, and red. 3 horizontal stripes with a red triangle on the hoist side. That design became the template, the blueprint, the ancestor of many modern Arab flags. But these weren't random colors. Each color had deep historical meaning tied to major Islamic caliphates and Arab dynasties. Black represented the Abbasid Caliphate. White represented the Umayyad Caliphate. Green was associated with the Fatimid Caliphate and is also traditionally linked to Islam itself. Red symbolized the Hashemite dynasty, the family of Sharif Hussein, and more broadly, the blood of those who fought for Arab freedom. Together, these became known as the Pan-Arab colors. And this is the key to everything. The idea behind Pan-Arabism was simple but powerful. All Arab people share a common language, culture, and history, and therefore should be politically united. Even though the unified Arab state promised during World War I never truly materialized, thanks to European colonial agreements like Sykes-Picot, the symbolism stuck. As new Arab states emerged throughout the 20th century, many adopted flags inspired by the Arab Revolt banner. Let's look at how that played out. Take Egypt, for example. The modern flag of Egypt consists of red, white, and black horizontal stripes with the golden eagle of Saladin in the center. Egypt adopted this design after the 1952 revolution that overthrew the monarchy. The red, white, and black were directly inspired by Pan-Arab colors. The green was dropped in this particular version, but the ideological connection remained clear. Egypt was aligning itself with Arab nationalism. Now look at Iraq. Its flag features red, white, and black horizontal stripes as well, with green Arabic script reading Allahu Akbar. Again, classic Pan-Arab colors. Over time, Iraq's flag has changed slightly, especially after political transitions, but the core color scheme has remained intact. Then there's Syria. Its flag also uses red, white, and black stripes, with 2 green stars in the center. Those stars once represented Syria and Egypt during their brief political union as the United Arab Republic from 1958 to 1961. That's right, these flags weren't just about culture, they were political statements about unity. Now consider Yemen. Once divided into North and South Yemen, the country unified in 1990 and adopted a red, white, and black tricolor, again echoing Pan-Arab identity. What about Jordan? Jordan's flag looks even closer to the original Arab Revolt banner. It has black, white, and green horizontal stripes with a red triangle on the hoist side, and inside that triangle is a white 7-pointed star. That star represents the 7 verses of the opening chapter of the Quran, as well as unity among Arab peoples. This is no coincidence. Jordan's ruling family, the Hashemites, directly descend from Sharif Hussein, leader of the Arab Revolt. So in Jordan's case, the connection is literal, not just symbolic. Now look at Palestine. Its flag is nearly identical to the Arab Revolt flag, black, white, and green stripes with a red triangle. For Palestinians, the flag represents both Arab unity and their own national struggle. In Kuwait, we see green, white, and red horizontal stripes with a black trapezoid on the hoist side. Same four colors, slightly different arrangement, still unmistakably pan-Arab. Sudan follows a similar pattern. Red, white, and black horizontal stripes with a green triangle at the hoist. Adopted in 1970, the design clearly aligns Sudan with broader Arab nationalism, especially during a time when pan-Arab ideology was influential. And finally, the United Arab Emirates. The UAE flag includes green, white, and black horizontal stripes with a vertical red bar on the hoist. Once again, all four pan-Arab colors. The UAE adopted this design in 1971 upon independence from British protection. So what does this all tell us? First, these similarities aren't accidental. They're deliberate references to a shared political and cultural movement. Second, flags aren't just decorative, they're ideological. Throughout the 20th century, Pan-Arabism was one of the most powerful political forces in the Middle East. Leaders like Egypt's Gamal Abdel Nasser pushed for Arab unity. Even when unity failed in practice, the symbolism endured in national flags. It's almost like these countries are visually signaling we may be separate states, but we share a common heritage. Of course, not all Arab countries follow this exact pattern. Morocco, Oman, and others have distinct designs, but the pan-Arab palette dominates much of the region, especially among states that gained independence in the mid-20th century. There's also a psychological component. When new nations are born, especially after colonial rule, they often look for symbols that connect them to something bigger than just new borders drawn by foreign powers. The pan-Arab colors provided that connection, tying modern states to medieval caliphates, to shared language, to revolutionary struggle. It's a way of saying our identity didn't begin with colonial maps, and yet, over time, political realities shifted. Pan-Arab unity never fully materialized. Regional rivalries, wars, ideological splits, and different national interests pulled these countries in different directions. But the flags stayed, so next time you glance at a map and notice all that red, white, black, and green, you'll know you're not looking at coincidence. You're looking at the legacy of empire, revolt, colonialism, nationalism, and identity, all compressed into rectangles of fabric. Flags may seem simple, but in the Arab world, those simple stripes tell a century-long story of unity, struggle, and political ambition. And that's why so many Arab countries have similar flags. If you enjoyed this deep dive into geographical history and the hidden meanings behind national symbols, make sure to subscribe and stick around. See you next time.